I hope you guys all are enjoying your dinner service. Before we continue, we're going to start a couple of our speeches this evening. So let's give a big round of applause for the father of the groom.
Welcome, everyone. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Dave. I am the father of the groom, and now the father-in-law of this beautiful bride sitting next to him. So I thought I could do this without this tonight, but I don't think I'll do it without it. First of all, on behalf of Taylor and Lily, and Wat and Tang, and Jennifer and myself, thank you all for being here. I know many of you traveled a long distance to get here. And even those from Omaha traveled a fair amount of distance to get here. So we've had an amazing day. The weather's cooperated with us. Sounds like tomorrow's not going to be great, but we got through it. It's been a long haul. Taylor and Lily have had to have extreme amount of patience to get here with what 2020 has thrown us all. And they've had to change their plans quite often. But with a determined amount of perseverance, they made it through it, and here we are. Well worth the wait. Quickly speaking of patience, planning, and perseverance, I would like to think as a parent, I could teach my children patience. Taylor being the older brother of 3 sisters, I had no need to teach him patience. If he didn't learn patience on his way, he was going to go crazy trying. And too many times waiting in the car for one of them in one way, shape, or form. Planning. Not my strongest suit, and I don't believe it's Taylor's strongest suit either. My wife Jennifer is definitely the planner in my household, and thus Taylor found a woman who can plan. What we're seeing here today is all Lily's talents. And Taylor did have a part in it, but it was all, yes, dear. Whatever you think looks best, dear. And perseverance. 2020 threw us a loop. And just recently, Taylor being in the military, 1 week before he was supposed to be here for his leave, he was told, no, you can't go. He was not supposed to be able to make it here. And he said, you know what? I'm just going to go like water and go with the flow on this one, because what can I do? You know, so perseverance, they made it through. Thinking back to spring break 2016, a vacation that Taylor really wanted to go on with his buddies, a long road trip, and we didn't really want him to go. As a parent, you don't want your oldest child to leave the route. You know, you just want them to stick around. Boy, are we glad you did. When you came home and you talked about this new girl that you met, and all you could do was talk about Lily and how you sat and talked and laughed for hours. Reminded me of my first date with my wife. It was at that point, even though you may not have known it, we already knew that you had found your one, that she was the one. So, I'm going to try to make it through this. I'm sorry. That was not COVID friendly. I'm sorry, I licked my finger. You guys chose to get married, the most important decision in your life. And now from this point forward, you have to choose each other every day. And you mentioned that in your vows, which I was extremely proud to hear you say. So just real quick, a few marriage advice. Let your love be stronger than anger, because there will be anger. Learn the wisdom of compromise, because it is better to bend a little than to break. Always believe the best rather than the worst in each other. And remember that true friendship is the basis for any relationship. The person you've chosen to marry is deserving of the courtesies that you would give any one of your best friends. And don't let any day go past without saying I love you, no matter how far apart you are. And I think I speak on behalf of a lot of fathers when I say seeing your son on his wedding day and seeing the act of marriage is a true blessing. Taylor, you probably don't hear this enough from me. I'm extremely proud to be your father. And it is an honor to say that that dazzling young man is my son, and that beautiful bride next to him is my daughter-in-law. So raise your glass and cheer with me. To Taylor and Lily.
Hi, everyone. Sorry. My name is Grace. I'm Lily's maid of honor. So growing up, I always wanted that soulmate type of best friend. You know, that type of friend that would never desert you, always has your back, and knows you better than you know yourself. It took me 16 long years until I met that soulmate best friend I've always been looking for, but it was definitely worth the wait. I don't think I truly grasped how special having that type of best friend really was until I met Lily. Only knowing Lily for 1 week felt like 10 years. And that was definitely reflected in my cell phone data charges. Sorry, Dad. We discovered that we were genuinely the same person. We have the same passions, we think the same, we talk the same, we always finish each other's sentences. Often joking we have some sort of telepathy power. Eventually our friendship grew so much that we were each other's senior prom dates, even though both of us had boyfriends at the time. Oh well. When it came time to choose colleges, Lily broke the news that she was going to stay in Omaha while I was moving to Lincoln, sadly. I was devastated that I wouldn't be spending the next 4 years in the same city as my best friend anymore, but little did we know that her decision to stay in Omaha would lead her to where we are today. I'm so happy that Lily found Taylor, someone who might love Lily half as much as I do, which is a lot. But in all honesty, I can tell that when they're around each other, nothing else matters. Taylor has been the light that Lily needs in her life. He supports her through every step of the way, and it was so important to me that Lily finds someone who takes care of her just as much as she takes care of other people. And I can 1,000% say that Taylor is that person. Over the years, I've seen Lily drop everything to help other people, and I'm so happy that she has found that person that does just that for her. Taylor, take care of my girl. So everyone raise your glasses down the hatch to a perfect match. Woo!
Hello everyone, my name is Jake. I lived down the street from Taylor growing up and have had the pleasure of being good friends ever since. You know, Taylor, I can't imagine how you're feeling tonight, but I sure hope you weren't as nervous as you were in 4th grade when you peed your pants during the test in 4th grade. Taylor's a great friend. He's someone you can count on, someone you can go to for anything. I love our 30-minute phone calls where, for the most part, we complain about the refs and how bad they are, but you know, it is what it is. From backyard football to driveway basketball to Guitar Hero and many more. We've made many memories growing up, as well as plenty of dumb decisions along the way. One time, Sid and I and Taylor TP'd someone. We ended up getting chased down, and we were at a park. And this guy said, "Hey, do you guys know anything about the TPing down the street?" Taylor looks at this guy straight in the eyes and says, "What is TPing?" As if he lived under a rock. No, but I've never seen Taylor as happy as he is since he's been with Lily. I had a front row seat to that love story down on vacation. And the first night, Lily was reading a textbook for school. Shocker. But Lily, I gotta be honest. I really thought Michaela was the one. And for those of you that don't know who Michaela is, in 7th grade, Taylor made up an imaginary girlfriend because Sid and I had girlfriends. So after a few weeks of, hey, show us a picture, that slowly came to an end. But I speak for us all when I say that Taylor will be successful in wherever he goes in life, in the Air Force, and as a husband to Lily. And I can't wait to see what you both accomplish together. Seriously. Lily, a few tips for you in this marriage with Taylor. He's a Lions fan, so every Sunday in fall, he will probably be a little bit cranky. Whenever you guys sit down for a meal, give him probably a 30-minute head start, because you'll be waiting. And remember, they're silent, but they're deadly. Ask Carol. Thank you, everybody. Hope you guys have a great night.
Hello, everyone. If you don't know me, I'm Sid Shepard, one of Taylor's best men and oldest friends. I first and foremost want to thank all the people that made this night possible. Taylor and Lily, of course. Taylor and Lily's parents, all these people around this table here, and our amazing staff working tonight. Appreciate it. So around second or third grade, Taylor moved into the house next door, and I have to say I'm beyond lucky that he did. I remember in elementary and middle school going over there daily to eat an absurd amount of Oreos because my house never had any. Playing rock band until it was time for dinner. And summers were filled with basketball on his driveway, endlessly biking around the neighborhood with Jake doing God knows what. And swimming or lifting at the JCC. Who can forget the summer we played Lego Star Wars in my dark, cold, unfinished basement, basically from sunup until sundown. And we were, without a doubt, the whitest kids showing up to class that year. Growing up next to Taylor, his amazing family, the house just down the hill turned into a second home for me. One where I was comfortable being who I wanted to be and probably annoying everyone there because I would just appear on the couch without notice. Me ringing the doorbell turned into such a common occurrence that his little dog Radar would turn the corner, barking his head off, only to realize, oh, it's just Sid, and turn around and return to his nap. As most of you know, Taylor is an air traffic controller in the United States Air Force. But most of you probably don't know is that I'm a pilot in the civilian world. If you look at what our careers entail, this basically translates to him telling me what not to do because it's either dumb, a really bad idea, or would get me killed, and me deciding whether or not to do it anyway and face the consequences or heed his advice, which is 99% of the time right. This applied to almost all of the things we did growing up. Taylor was my voice of reason, and I wouldn't be where I am today without it. My mom would tell me, you show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. And boy, she was glad that Taylor was one of my friends. You know how you can tell if your parents approve of your friends? All I had to say was, all right, I'm leaving, going to hang out with Taylor. And the only response was, okay, have fun. That's it. No questions asked. Not, well, what are you guys going to do? Where will you be? What time are you coming home? It didn't matter when I was with him, but that would probably be different if you knew about half the things we actually did. Taylor is an extremely grounded and focused individual and somewhat of a perfectionist. So much so that, and I'm not kidding, he would take 10 full minutes to tie his shoes just to make sure they were right. Oh, Lily. Doesn't she look stunning tonight? Is she not? Well, it's a welcome change from seeing you in the pants you usually wear in the relationship. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But seriously, you are such a great person. It makes me beyond happy to see you and Taylor together. Honestly, I've never seen him happier. When he met you, it was right before you guys went on vacation for a spring break trip, just like everyone else mentioned. He got back, and the first thing I asked was, how was the trip, man? Did you guys have fun? What were the bars like? You know, a typical stupid college guys talk. And seriously, all he could talk about was this amazing girl that he met. I thought, that's it, wrap it up. He found the one. And I knew right then he had found someone special. To close my speech, I want to give you guys some advice. Taylor, you're wrong, she's right, end of story. No, I'm kidding. But the key to any relationship is communication and understanding. So express love generously and often. Don't take life too seriously, and have some fun along the way. With that said, I'd like everyone to raise a glass to Lily and Taylor, and cheers to blue skies and tailwinds along the way. Congratulations to the Mr. and Mrs. John. Cheers. Love you, brother.
Well, I'm the last of 5, so I'll make this short. For those of you who don't know me, I'm sorry for your loss. For those of you who do, I'm sorry. No, but really, I'm Maddie. I met Lily sophomore year of high school, and I met Taylor just a year or two later. I'm actually the one that introduced the two of them. The night they met, I was having a get-together in my dorm suite, and it was cute. I remember almost immediately as Taylor got there, he planted himself next to Lily and sat there the rest of the night, tried to get her attention, to hold a conversation. Yeah, but she wasn't really interested. She was a little busy being the responsible friend that she was, babysitting me, making sure I was playing nice with Jake and the other kids. But Lily, if I've said it once, I can't look at you. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. You're one of the most amazing people I've met. You're generous, selfless, funny. Wow. I said I wasn't gonna cry. Wow. And you're always there to talk me off the ledge. And I'm so happy that you get to spend every day with someone who reflects those same qualities. I love you so much, Lily, and thank you for keeping me safe. So raise a glass one last time to Lily and Taylor. Mod hai ba yo! For the white people, that means cheers.